Good evening, everyone. Tonight, we know investigators are on the scene. They are trying to figure out what caused a small plane to fall from the sky and crash into a home.
Yeah, and breaking in just the last 90 minutes here, Ohio State Patrol identified the pilot who died in this crash. He's 62-year-old David Sapp. No one else was on board at the time, and police tell us everyone in the home is safe and accounted for. First responders also rescued 2 dogs from that home.
Chopper 9, the only local helicopter getting you breaking news first, gave you this exclusive view of the damage to the home on Raleigh Mead Avenue. That smoke from the crash could be seen for miles. Late tonight, investigators told us the plane caught fire after it struck the home, not before. And tonight we have extensive coverage about the moments leading up to this crash, the plane involved, and also witnesses who saw that crash happen. We have live team coverage. In fact, we begin with 9 on your side's Jake Ryle with the investigation now underway. Jake.
Tanya, we know that FAA and NTSB investigators are going to be out here at the scene right now. The purpose and the intent for police is to preserve the scene as best as they can with all of the evidence that they're going to have to sift through, and for this investigation to shortly begin. It's 3:18 Tuesday afternoon.
911, what is the location of the emergency?
The calls pour in.
An airplane just crashed in my neighbor's house.
A what?
An airplane.
Went right straight down.
Definitely came down.
Okay.
To the nosedive.
These callers witnesses to a twin-engine Piper airplane crashing on Raleigh Mead Avenue.
And I think we just witnessed a small plane go down. It was like stalling out, like popping and everything. And then we just watched it nosedive behind our house.
Madeira police and fire arrived to the scene 6 minutes after the first 911 call.
Found the plane crashed in the backyard on fire. It had crashed into a house through a tree in the backyard.
Inside the plane, a 62-year-old man killed.
We have been able to confirm that everybody that lives in the home has been accounted for and is safe, including 2 dogs.
Fire officials believe the pilot was operating using visual flight rules and not a flight plan, which ultimately will offer less information for investigators. The focus now turns to what caused the plane to crash.
All the right people are here to do this right. And so what happens, though, is, and we're prepared to do this right, but it takes time.
Now, speaking of time, officials say the investigation could last several days here at this scene. We are expecting to see NTSB investigators coming tomorrow morning. For now, reporting live in Madeira, Jake Ryle, 9 on your side.
Jake, thanks so much. And here's what we know about the plane involved so far. As Jake mentioned, that plane is a twin-engine Piper PA-31, very similar to the one you see right here. The plane is registered to a Mississippi-based company called Mark Incorporated. A company representative says the plane was used for photography and surveying. Investigators say the plane was headed for Lunken Airport when it crashed.
I ran out of my house and I asked the officer, I said, was it a plane? And he said, yes.
Now on 11 at 11, neighbors describe the very moment that crash happened just feet from their own homes. 9 on your side's Kristen Swilley joins us live from Madeira with how neighbors are coping with the aftermath. Kristen?
Yeah, good evening, Craig. People here are left with a mix of shock and sadness as they describe the moments after this plane went down.
This is so unfortunate that it did happen. I'm really, it's just so sad.
Jenny Brock says a prayer every time a plane flies over her Madeira home. Tuesday afternoon, her worst fears came true.
I mean, the whole plane was covered in smoke. The top of it was off. I couldn't see the cockpit.
And it is the moments before the fire started that stick with her.
My immediate reaction was, should I go in and help them? And I feel really guilty that I didn't.
Neighbors knew a crash could happen in their neighborhood, but no one here expected it to hit quite so close to home.
I heard a loud crash, and it was an extremely loud crash, and so went rushing downstairs, and there was a plane sitting in my neighbor's backyard.
This was the vantage point from Carter Wade's backyard.
Flames erupted, and it didn't take long to be engulfed.
He called 911, but quickly realized it was too late.
Anybody that was in the front 2 seats of that plane would not have survived. There wasn't anything left of the front of the plane.
Other neighbors captured what was left after the crash. In awe, no one besides the pilot was killed.
The heavy part of the plane, the engine part, is embedded in the house in what looks like an extension on the back of the house.
Never seen anything like it, that's for sure. Yeah. Hope I never do again.
Now, Jenny Brock, who you just met in that piece, says the 2 dogs inside the home we've been talking about that also made it out safe were with her while they waited for the homeowners to return to the neighborhood. Reporting live in Madeira this evening, Kristen Swilley, 9 on your side.